what we do for this layer is
Right. Starting in 3, 2.
you
Yeah.
go.
What's good, guys? Welcome to another behind the scenes video of creating
King Lui.
King Lui. So pretty much the inspiration behind King Lui. Well, it's obviously got, you know, all the goals and all the glamoury
It's quite
colours, bougie, and then, you know, that was all on purpose, eh?
Yeah, I think so, because I think there's a real vibe to like stoners when they feel kind of like just the best version of themselves, I think.
Absolutely.
And I feel like also stoners really need to be recognized as the kings and queens of the earth.
What better, you know, what better sort of accessory to have in your midst.
So that's where the gold, I think, really comes from. We really wanted
definitely.
to do something like that.
We wanted it to catch the eyes and reflect.
In the sunlight, it looks amazing.
It's great, you
with
know.
all the different lights reflect. But yeah, we just wanted to pay tribute, I guess.
Yeah.
And we got the sticker as well.
There's a joint in the middle there, so it shows, you know, the connection between human.
Yeah, it's kind of spiritual, isn't it?
Yes.
And in a way, it's just like that representation of being a higher form.
Exactly. So that's the King Lui for you, and that's the design. A sticker that we bought. We found this really cool sort of app.
I think we were just looking for really cool like designs online, and we called Redbubble.
Yeah.
Like artists upload their designs to the app, and whoever buys the design, the artist gets paid for that. So the artist has been commissioned for these, guys. And these trays are going to be limited edition as well.
That's another thing about the King Lui set.
Yeah, so it is really fancy and it is really nice, but it's only going to be here for a little while.
Now you know King Lui is limited edition only. It's not staying around forever, so make sure you get in quick.
And this is exclusive information.
This is start off with a little bit of resin.
Yeah, well, we like to pour in like a few layers, you know.
We find it easier, especially using resin.
Yeah, you kind of got to work in like parts.
There's like different sorts of resin. You have part A, sort of mix, and part B. But the one we got is just a single part, and you just got to add hardener into it. When you add hardener, you got to sort of work quick. Once you stop mixing, this shit sort of hardens up.
Well, and that's the thing as well. Like, I've heard a lot of different things about resin. One thing I've drawn from it is that it's really all about the type of resin that you get. Resin for different projects, and
like industrial type resin, of course. Like
resin that you can leave like for minutes after you put the hardener, and there's some that you have to work really fast. You just got to find out what works best for you.
Because it's all really trial and error, and it's like just practice. And the first layer, we just got some gold flakes for the very top layer. Remember, we try to do this in parts for the best ombre effect.
Because even though they're like layers, we still want them to look really nicely blended.
Now remember, you want to always stir gently to avoid air bubble. Mix it all in and blend it in nice and even. We add some glitter, white and gold. Like glitter works really well in resin. Gold flakes, so stuff like this you can use. The top layer starts off with a lot more white than gold, so we've already got some gold flakes in there and some gold glitter. So the next thing we're going to do is just add some white.
I really had no idea what white was going to look like in the resin. I didn't want it to turn like a frosty color, but it doesn't do that, surprisingly. It just ends up with this really nice like holographic effect. I gotta say that King Lui is one of my favorite from the product line. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting up all of the stickers over here.
White. Let's add a bit more white into that. And with using the stickers with resin, how did we find that?
Actually, that took a lot of trial and error for us. We learned a lot of difficult lessons, I feel like. Yeah, one of the biggest lessons we learned was that if you're just getting like normal paper stickers or like
Yeah.
thin stickers, you know, they're gonna need to seal. We have to put hardener to allow it to set, and we just mix it in. But yeah,
Now with the measurements and that,
it was like 1/100th
yeah, of a mil
of
or so.
hardener
Yeah.
to your resin. The point was that it was not a huge amount at all, and also it depends with the kind of additives you're putting into your resin as well. If we're putting in some sort of alcohol dye, the resin takes longer to set, or we'll need to put just a little bit more hardener in. It pays to like experiment and stuff like that. That's our first layer. Sometimes we like to pour the whole cup, sometimes we don't.
So I'm gonna get started on the second layer.
Yeah, well, like I said before, we like kind of try and continue on the first layer. It's all up to your like design preference. This was just our design. Yeah, we think it looks really good, but this is just the work that comes with it.
That's it.
So yeah.
So we've got the gold flakes at the top, more white glitter in here. A little bit, just a little tiny bit of like gold flakes and gold.
Just to fade it out, I guess.
Yeah.
This is one of our prototypes actually. This is not like one that we're planning on selling. Kind of the design that we initially came up with, as you can see.
Definitely blends in really well.
Anyhow, yeah. Also figured out early on that like when you're pouring in layers, you kind of have to work a little bit faster than usual. You're wanting to be pouring the next layer just as the layer before is like about to set. Pour it kind of at the right time. If you leave it too late, there'll be like harsh lines throughout your design.
And we've gone through a few prototypes as well.
Yeah,
trying to
definitely
work out our methods and all that.
Especially with these stick. Ran into a lot of problems with these. Well, I guess we can really pinpoint it to not doing enough research perhaps. We found out that we had to seal our stickers because when the resin sets, it heats up like really fucking hot. And if your stickers aren't sealed, they're just gonna crumple and like cook basically. Also, what happens if you don't seal them is you might like they might change color and stuff, or the ink might run. So we decided to laminate. There's a lot of different ways that you can seal sticky. This is the way that we decided to go because we had a lot of laminating sheets already at our house for some reason. So we're up to the last layer for this King Lui tray, and we don't put any gold flakes in there. And we've been super precise with like our drops of alcohol dye as well.
Yeah, try to get it the same.
Yeah, like we want all of our trays to look as identical as possible.
Yeah. So it takes a while for the alcohol to sort of really blend in with the resin. Make sure you're mixing it nice and slow because you don't want to create any air bubbles while you're doing the mixing. But
if you're into resin, guys, what's like your biggest like lesson? I would love to know all of your like tips and tricks and stuff just to like get the perfect mold or the perfect set.
Right, so we're gonna go ahead and add in a hardener now.
Yeah, so like we said before, you guys, in the start of this video, this ashtray will not be available.
Very long.
Yeah, a long time.
It's only a limited edition sort of ashtray. We're not planning on keeping it on the website for too long.
Just because we like to keep our creative options open as well, and there's a lot of other products that we might want to just keep on board forever. This one is definitely for all of the king and queen stoners. We thought of you guys because I guess you could say that's how we feel.
So we are kings and queens of our own kingdoms and castles.
Period.
And right now we're just finishing off the bottom half. So by this part, we want to make sure that the ombre effect is fully completed. Now you do want to make sure you have enough to fill it all the way to the top of the mold. It helps with the thickness at the bottom of your ashtray.
We do plan on doing one of these behind the scenes for all of our releases. So subscribe to this channel, you guys. We'll be releasing them like clockwork.
Definitely, guys. Want to let you in on how we do this. You know, this is something you can really take time to do and put your own touch to it and really personalize it.
Super fun as well. We love doing this together. Like,
Yeah.
well, I guess we love doing anything together.
Last layer on.
We just like torch it a little bit, apply a little bit of heat just to get rid of the air bubbles, and then we'll put it aside to set and pour another one usually.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how we create the King Lui.
So thanks for watching this behind the scenes video. Do check out all of our pages, all of our social medias in the description below, and come back for the next behind the scene. Bye.